President, I rise today to offer my support for the sugar reform amendment being offered on the Farm Bill by Senator Shaheen. This important amendment would begin a reform process that deals with a complicated and burdensome program that artificially raises sugar prices in the United States. For nearly 3/4 of a century now, American businesses and consumers have paid a premium price for sugar. This inflated price is due to a tangled web of price manipulation, stringent import quotas, and tariffs. And the net effect has been that Americans are paying as much as twice the world market-based price for sugar. Now, I think we all realize the amount of sugar that's used in a number of products across the United States, but let me bring this down specifically to what impact it has on some of the confectioners in my home state. Albany's Confectionery Group, Inc. is a renowned Indiana-based manufacturer of a number of products that use a lot of sugar. Chocolates, gummy bears. Well, I can't use that word. They can't use that word because that's trademarked, but they call it the world's best gummies. And we'll have to put that in competition with some of the others, and a lot of other confections. Their estimate is that they would save $3 million annually if they were able to buy sugar at the world price. Lewis Bakeries, headquartered in Evansville, Indiana, is one of the few remaining bakeries in our state and in the Midwest. And the largest wholesale bakery that we have, artificially high sugar prices for Lewis Bakeries contributes directly to higher food and beverage costs that weigh down family budgets. Even larger companies like Kraft Foods, which has a marshmallow and caramel plant in Kendallville, Indiana, knows that phasing out the sugar program would enhance the competitiveness of U.S. manufacturers. Why is that important? Because these sugar prices for those in this business of using large quantities of sugar is driving them offshore. They're moving to Canada, they're moving to Mexico, they're moving to other places, simply because they then can buy the most important ingredient for their product, which contributes a significant percentage of their product. They can buy that at world market prices and save a great deal of money. So I encourage my colleagues to support the Shaheen Amendment. It promotes jobs, it fights consumer price inflation, it reduces the level of government interference in private markets, and I think we should be pursuing policies that allow the free market to determine the cost of sugar rather than this complicated web of tariffs and the regulations and others that protect that price. This amendment doesn't accomplish all of that, but it goes a long way toward beginning the process of unwinding this and making our companies more competitive around the world. I'd like to take a moment to also address another issue with the Farm Bill here. Senator Donnelly and I are co-sponsors of a bill called Planting Flexibility. We're hoping that this provision that we've offered will be included in the manager's amendment, and I appreciate all the work that's been done behind the scenes to address this important issue. Planting flexibility simply allows farmers to respond to market signals when making their planting decisions, rather than following requirements to grow a particular crop to participate in government programs. For example, Hoosier tomato farmers used to be significantly restricted on where they could plant their crop. Red Gold, a family-owned and operated tomato business in Elwood, Indiana, estimates that roughly 50% of its tomatoes are now grown on flexible acres. Red Gold produces a whole number of tomato products that are sold all over the United States and, in fact, all over the world. So just allowing this flexibility, again, is a free market-based choice that producers can follow based on supply, based on demand, and gives them the flexibility that they need to address crops that are outside the coverage of this particular bill. I think both these amendments, or both these measures, are common sense, market-driven reforms that I hope will be included in the Farm Bill, and I would ask my colleagues to support these two amendments.